Hello everyone. This is a very serious message today, and I'm not going to go into details. I don't know the full story, I don't know all the information, but I basically heard uh, information from a friend to suggest that someone that was quite well known to be someone that has done a lot of dry fasting and is to some degree promoted dry fasting, and I really don't even like talking about this because I don't like even talking about it is promoting the idea, and I don't want to promote the idea. I don't want, thing is, if I say don't do something, a lot of you are going to go out and do it. Or you might think, because if you don't like what I have to say, you might think, well, he doesn't like it, so it must be right or whatever. And it's in relation to dry fasting. And dry fasting is when you don't eat food, which is what a normal fast would be, but you also don't drink water. That's why it's a dry fast. Now, technically, we all dry fast every night. So during the night, we don't drink water, we don't eat food. We have an 8 or 9 hour dry fast every single night. And dry fasting is when you consciously do that, for a longer period of time, for days or whatever. And the concept is that with fasting is that when you're not digesting food for a while, then the energy your body's putting into digestion can be put towards other healing processes. So fasting can be quite effective for people. Also, a lot of people are killing themselves with the food they eat. So to stop eating for a while is pretty good for most people. If you're on a healthier diet, it's maybe not as imperative. Dry fasting is taking that to another level where you're not drinking water, and the idea is that that's even, stronger or deeper a healing process. But the body cannot function optimally without being hydrated. So your healing processes and your detoxification processes and every other function in your body is impaired by dehydration. So that's why dry fasting doesn't make any sense. Because once you go into dehydration, which doesn't take that long, or once you start getting close to it, which doesn't take that long, your body's going to be impaired in its function. And you might not feel that, and you might not know that, and you might not be able to tell that, and you might even think you're feeling good, or you might think you're feeling high or a bit dizzy or whatever, but other people would be able to tell you that if they were measuring levels of things. So someone that was fairly well known for talking about dry fasting, teaching about it, I've heard reports that they've died. And what I've heard is that they were dry fasting. Well, I don't know exactly if the person knows for sure what happened, but I guess this is their take on it, is they were dry fasting and working out in the sun in the heat, and the combination led to heat stroke, and that led to their kidneys shutting down, and that led to heart failure, and that led to them being in a coma and dying. And as I say, I'm not going to put out any names or information or whatever. It's just something that I've heard so far. But I do want to just put it out there as just a general thing. This dry fasting thing is dangerous. It's nonsense. It's something to stay away from. And I know some of you are gonna think, oh well, that sounds exciting, stay away from it. Injuring yourself and dying is not exciting. You gotta grow up. It's not cool. It's like taking drugs or something. It's not cool. But it's such a waste. And this isn't the first person that's died from this. I know Durian Rider, from the very first that I was ever watching his videos 7 or 8 years ago, he would mention a friend of his who died from dry fasting. There was Someone, I believe, probably died from dry fasting, although you can't really know for sure, but the cause of death was potentially dehydration, it said in the autopsy report, and they were known to do dry fasting. Dry fasting is dangerous, it's silly, it doesn't accelerate or improve healing in any way. There's some very vague supposed research on it, supposedly, from Russia or somewhere. Some people talk about Chernobyl or something. The radiation came out of the cells because of dry fasting. Like, this is so far-fetched, it's unbelievable. So this is not the first time that people have taken health practices and stuff too far, or avoided medicine, or done all these silly things, and you end up hurting yourself, and you shouldn't. I mean, people who are into health should be the last people that have something like that happen to them. So anyway, dry fasting, stay away from it. And I just want to say, at the UK Fruit Fest, I run the Fruit Fest, I have never allowed anyone to speak about dry fasting. There are other events out there that have allowed people to give lectures and talks about dry fasting. And I have never ever allowed anyone to talk about it. It's always one of the main things that I mention to people. Don't talk about dry fasting. Don't really talk about fasting unless you really know what you're talking about. And calorie restriction and breatharianism. And at other events, they're letting breatharians speak, they're letting calorie restricting people speak, you know, just people that are delusional. They're letting dry fasting people speak, just dangerous, and need to be responsible in this community. Because I'm responsible. If you leave my event and you're like, dry fasting sounds like a great idea, and you go away. Now, are there people that have done it? Yes. Are there people that have had a heroin overdose and survived? Yes. Are there people that have fallen off a cliff and survived? Yes. Are there people that have had stage 4 terminal cancer and survived? Yes. Are there people that have had been shot in the head and survived? Yes. There are people that have survived things and lived to tell the tale. But there is no point in putting yourself at risk like that. If you want to fast, there's places to do this under supervision. But even fasting, get on a raw vegan lifestyle first for 2-3 years and see if you still want to fast at the end of that. Like 100% raw, no salt, no whatever. Do that. So the Fruit Fest, we don't allow people to speak about things that are dangerous like that. Oh, you might think, oh, that's not fun. But it's important. Because I don't know what someone's going to leave the festival and do. They might think, oh, this is a great idea, I'm going to try that for 20 days or something. And it doesn't matter if you say to people, don't do this. That's even worse. So just don't talk about it. So yeah, I mean, I'm still looking for maybe a little bit more confirmation, but it looks like someone's died, and don't be the next one. Don't pass this information. Don't talk about this stuff. Don't share it with people. If you're ever going to talk about people, say people have died doing this. Like, this is the thing that we need to share. This is the message. Dry fasting kills people. It's not smart. It's best to stay away from it. Why is it so hard for people to eat this stuff? Not just this, but fruits, bananas. Go towards this. This is life. Dry fasting, breatharianism, calorie restriction, I don't know. These things are not life. This is life right here. Go towards the fruits, raw vegan diet, and that creates an amazing foundation for your health for life. So thank you very much for watching. It's a serious message. UK Fruit Fest, if you want to find out more about it, go to fruitfest.co.uk/registration and learn more about the festival there. Thank you for watching. Maybe subscribe if you like, or like the video. Feel free to leave your comments below. I know some of you are going to say, hey, dry fasting is perfectly fine and great and all that stuff. No, it's not. It's just not. Stop. Stop potentially killing people by sharing that kind of idea with them. Because you should feel responsible. When you pass on information, you've got to be sure. You know, when I'm talking about the raw vegan diet, this isn't something that I'm just kind of like heard about yesterday and someone else told me about it. Like, I've learned about this stuff, looked into this stuff pretty deeply, and I know that people are dying because of, you know, the diet that like the carnivore people are sharing and the keto people are sharing. The amount of people that have been on the borderline for a heart attack and then they've heard about keto or whatever and decided, hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat steak every day, and have then collapsed and died. And probably no one thinks about it, because no one thinks, oh, they died because they ate meat. We don't really say that in society, but people are dying because they eat meat, you know, or dying prematurely. And people are dying prematurely because they have dairy and having all sorts of diseases. So I'm pretty happy with my message of telling people to get away from those foods that cause disease. I also think the amount of people that are on a vegan diet that still suffer and have digestive problems and other problems is huge, and a lot of them are only really going to find the solution in the species-specific diet of human beings, which is fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to share this on. If anyone's talking to you about dry fasting or attempting it, just tell them people have died from it, literally. It's not worth doing this. You're not smarter than these people either. Oh, but I would do it in a safer way, I'd be better, I know my body. No, you don't. You don't. You don't. Be humble. You do not know your body. You don't know the signals of your body. If you're going to dry fast, you don't know your body. It's all, your body's like always asking to eat and drink, virtually. So, anyway, thank you for watching. I'm trying to get the right message out there. Thanks.